Hey, how you doing? I am Gio, welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Andor episode 4. It's been a while, right? It's been a few weeks. Not a few weeks. I kind of got distracted by Gangs of London, and I need to catch up before season 2, but we're back, right? We're back with Andor, and I've forgotten everything, right? The only thing I remember is, I remember the end. Andor leaving with Rawl, and it was a nice like contrast to leaving FedEx with Rawl, and it cut it with leaving Canary with the older lady, right? Marva, and it shows you like sort of the full circleness of it. Um, and I was right. It turns out this guy Rawl came to buy something from Andor, and it seemed like he's an actual rebel recruiter, right? And he needs somebody with Andor's skill, particular skill set that makes him a nightmare for the Empire, right? And that's about it, right? So we see at the start Andor being kidnapped. I mean, you could say rescued, but he was kidnapped. He was kidnapped by an older woman who took him away from his planet, his friends, his family, to somewhere he didn't know. He was forced to live with her, right? That's what happened. Frame it anyway, like that's what happened. So we see he escapes her with Rawl, right? He's probably waiting for an escape finally to get away from her and her demands. And as well it was basically the recruiting Andor, right? Try to get him to join the rebellion. We've seen when the company came to FedEx. It's a lovely moment, by the way. You see the people of FedEx like rising up a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit of a little bit of rebellion, right? Localized rebellion, right? Against the outsiders, try to take one of their own. And it kind of shows you that if you are part of a community and part of a community, right? The community will help you. Yeah, I guess that comes back to from those animals, right? It's pack mentality. Protect the pack, like because if you do not protect your pack, eventually it'll just be you, right? And then you're vulnerable. So it's like a natural thing for people to do to protect their own. And plus, it helps you if you're a nice guy. If you help this person, chances are this person is going to help you, right? Is that it? I think that's it. We'll catch up with the rest as we go. That's good enough. Yeah. This is episode 4. This is called Aldhani. Aldhani? Aldhani.
Take hold of something.
Anyone behind us?
Set for Aldhani.
Calculating for Aldhani.
Are they coming?
Do as I say.
Calculations complete.
What's powering this? I've been in a Fondor Hallcraft. I've flown them. Never seen one do that.
Well, it's been a day of surprises for all of us. You're bleeding on my floor.
You're bleeding on my floor. Get off.
Seems to me you have two choices. Either
Yeah.
I drop you somewhere and you start running, or you come with me and help with something important.
Oh, it's actually very true. He's
Of
like,
course.
yeah, he's a
Try
wanted
and kill
man.
me and take the ship. I'm offering you everything you want, all at once.
What is everything I want? Since you know so much about me.
To put a real stick in the eye of the Empire.
Does he seem like
I
that?
paid for it.
Does he really seem like that's what he wants?
Who am I?
Or is the guy trying to convince him that that's what he wants?
Sepp, Guerrilla, Partisan Front. One of them.
Isn't it all the same?
It is to me. You don't know me. I fought in Mimban when I was 16. 2 years of it. Straight out of prison into the mud. I'm one
Yeah.
of 50 that survived. And who did it turn out we were fighting? Ourselves.
Oh,
So please,
I've got no idea what he's talking about. Not a clue. He ended up in a fight against other rebels.
I know the outside. I know what people tell me when I ask. The rest I imagine. I imagine your hate. I imagine that no matter what you tell me or tell yourself, you'll ultimately die fighting these bastards. So what I'm asking is this. Wouldn't you rather
useful
give
death.
it all at once to something real?
A noble death. You're asking him to have a noble death. I'll tell you, Vito, see the Empire, they know how to build, right? They know how to build impressive looking buildings.
What do we do here?
Sir,
What is our purpose, Legret?
on Vala 6?
I open the question to the room. What do we do in this building? Why are we here? Anyone?
We're here to further security objectives by collecting intelligence, providing useful analysis, and conducting effective covert action, sir.
Very good, Dedra. That is verbatim
I
from
thought it was
the
me
highest
as a warrior.
leadership
That's a
statement
cracker
and
an
wrong.
accent.
Security is an illusion. You want security? Call the Navy. Launch a regiment of troopers. We are healthcare providers. We treat sickness. We identify symptoms. We locate germs, whether they arise from within or have come from
That sounds
the
quite
outside.
sinister, right?
The longer we wait to identify a disorder, the harder it is to treat the disease. Do you understand my meaning, Legret?
We are healthcare survivors. We target diseases. Rebels are the disease, right? Rebels are the virus, the germs. That's sinister. Aldhani, Aldhani looks like Scotland. It really is. Beautiful.
Think of a name. Think of a name for yourself.
Star cruisers. Light speed. Flying ships. Big lumps of metal fly through space. Shaven with a fucking knife blade.
Take this. Quati Signet, Blue Kyber, Skystone, the ancient world, celebrates the uprising against the Rakatan invaders. Don't take less than 50,000 for it. Just know it will always be worth more to me.
To be fair, the guy's got a lot of confidence in you, right? It means a lot to him. He's giving it to you. He's giving it to you. Which means he thinks you will survive. Because if he thought you were going to die, he wouldn't have given it to you. He wouldn't have.
He can pilot, he can shoot, he can lie. He speaks Solarian, Mayo, Nari. He's got steady nerves and he's not afraid to kill.
I can't believe you're doing
He
this.
can pilot.
We go in 3 days.
He increases your chances of success dramatically. We need this to work, Val. Failure would be devastating.
What would I tell the others?
You'll tell them.
What does she see is how the leaders of the rebellion live.
Here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Take
mate.
him or call it off. I was planning to shut you down. Your odds have improved since we set the meeting.
Yes.
She's saying yes, like she thought it was a choice. Like, he made it quite clear that this was not a choice. Like, as it's happening. The illusion of leadership, right? The illusion of being in charge.
You will immediately relinquish any and all comlinks, weapons, and scandocs. You will not return to your living quarters. You will leave here and be escorted with haste to the transfer center, where you'll be issued with any personal items that the Imperial inspectors have had time to inventory. No, you will not waste further Imperial time reading the report.
But I've had nothing to do with this.
Well, exactly.
Yeah. Your man dumped you right in it. But you are in charge.
Combined ingredients of idiocy, ineptitude, and total disengagement for this farce to have reached the full apex of incredulous disaster.
Oh, Jesus. Mate, put your hand down.
My files
Put your hand
are
down.
filled with corporate security fiascos, but this
Down.
takes
Put
the
your hand
prize.
down. Down.
And you,
Down. Down.
Deputy
Right.
Inspector Khan.
Proud, are we? Take solace in this. You will not be replaced. You've rung the final bell on corporate independence. As of this morning, the Milana system is under permanent Imperial authority.
Fuck me, mate.
We're robbing the armory at the Aldhani garrison. There's an Imperial airfield nearby, and they've got nothing better to do than patrol. So, this is the safe route.
He told me about the payroll, not the garrison.
I don't know who you're talking about.
You're taking on an Imperial armory?
Are you not joining
Yeah.
us?
Us? How many of us are there?
Now we are 7.
7.
7.
7 against the garrison.
Save your wind! This is a long walk.
Use what? Shave. There's a part he's about to play. Is this who he is to the outside world?
My assistant tells me you refused to turn over the file on this incident in Ferrix.
I have work to do.
That was an official request made by an officer of my staff.
I suggest you schedule an appointment.
I want the full Ferrix report.
It's my sector.
An Imperial Star Path unit was stolen from the Steerguard Naval Yard and found at the scene. That gives me jurisdictional access.
Yeah, look at them two.
You've been here, what, just
That
over a year?
friction.
You might want to steady the ladder before you start climbing.
I'm not looking for career advice.
You fall here, you fall alone.
Are you denying my request?
For the second time today.
Fine. I'll take it to Major Partakas.
Don't look down.
Who is it? That's what I was gonna ask you.
Use it, mate. Oh, let's get a fucking World War II gun he's got, does it? Very Star Wars. I mean, look at them. Fuck me. They look like they actually shoot bullets.
Gather up. This is Clem.
Clem.
Haven't mentioned him before now because I wasn't sure we could get him here on time.
Clem the
Another
hillbilly.
stroke of luck. He's been able to fight his way free. He'll give us critical redundancy in all areas.
It's good leave for surprises.
That's Skeen. This is Taramin.
Tarmin.
Nemik. And Cinta.
Yeah, they're suspicious and yeah, rightly so, right? Of course you gotta be. How come none of these fucking things look aerodynamic at all? Like, at all. It looks like a futuristic giant shampoo bottle.
How do you know him?
He comes highly recommended.
So you don't know him?
I know that we need him. That's all I'll say. Anything else is a violation of security.
No, he's got brass.
She looks like she's lying, though. She looks like she's lying to them.
As opposed to
You
when?
trust him with our lives?
That's my call to make.
It's their lives, though. Their lives.
I want to.
Feel what?
His belief in the cause. When it comes down to it, that's all I need to know.
Vel. Vel!
I trust him.
Yeah, it wasn't very believable. It's not very awe-inspiring or trust-inspiring, right? The way she's acting. Look at him.
Senator, what a pleasure to see you.
You as well, Luthen. Sorry to be so late. It's always right when you're leaving, everyone remembers all the things they meant to bother you with.
May I show you something?
Oh, don't bother. I couldn't afford anything here.
Please. There's no harm in looking. We just got in some terribly interesting coins.
Yeah?
Interesting to you, maybe.
It's a two-faced divinity.
14,000 years old.
The sun goddess and a serpent from the overworld sharing
Oh,
the same
is this a
life.
cover? This is a cover.
If you can't deliver, I need to know.
Do you think I'm not trying?
I never think that. But I need to start planning if you're no longer coming.
So she's distracting the driver
It's just getting very dangerous.
because they don't really trust him yet.
I can't pull funds the way I used to. They're watching me now.
They're watching everyone.
This is different. They're everywhere. I found someone I think can help me.
Someone who? To bring into the circle? No.
I know what I'm asking.
No. We're vulnerable enough. We need funding, not more people to worry about.
Don't lecture me on vulnerability.
Yeah, exactly, mate. It's the exact thing you do with Andor, though. The first thing you do, the very thing you do with Andor, you're saying to her, no, I can't do that. It's like a Bentley. Fucking Bentley. Come on. This is as bad as the scooter punks from Book of Boba Fett. A Bentley limo. God.
He's here now? Where?
Getting cleaned up.
And we've no say in this?
It's not a boat.
Andor, he must feel very welcome, eh?
What else
Like
don't
he
I
must
know?
feel very welcome part of the team. Jeez.
3 days out? What were you gonna do if I couldn't get here today? Just turn up with an extra face to explain?
I knew you'd come through. Clem?
I think he works at the armory then.
You know it.
I should have been consulted.
He works at the garrison.
Clem, this is Lieutenant Gorn. He's our contact at the garrison.
Wounded, on top of it.
On top of what?
On top of being someone I've never met who suddenly got my neck in their hands.
I know the feeling.
Are we done?
Who is he?
He's Clem. He's here. That's all that matters.
Look, we're wasting daylight. Let's get on with it. Give Nemec a hand.
Yeah. I'm not sure how well I would handle that, right? Because it literally is your life. It really is your life.
13 years ago and liberated the airbase Alkenzi, 50 clicks west of here. They quickly discovered the unique storage possibilities of the caverns, claimed the land for the Emperor, and dammed up Nas McLean, the sacred river. Now, the Aldhani garrison is a depot for supplies, weapons, and the payroll for the entire Imperial sector. The runway descends underground to the flight deck of a single Max 7 Rono freighter.
Val said you could pilot.
Fly a Rono?
A box freighter? It's not really flying, but yeah.
This room, behind the flight deck, that's a vault. We're taking crates of payroll from that room, loading the freighter, and escaping out of the runway tunnel.
Obviously, it's not to scale.
Escaping?
Sounds easy, right? It sounds simple.
Those were TIE fighters we saw on the way in. How far is the airbase?
From the garrison?
50 clicks, you said.
52.
Fine, 52. They'll be on you in minutes.
9 minutes. We've timed it.
Okay. You'll be lucky to make the horizon. It's a suicide run.
Exactly.
That's why they only keep a 40-man regiment in the garrison.
Because they know no one's stupid enough to try it.
No one but us.
Now, you've got a lot to learn and very little time to do it, so what we need to know is, are you in all the way?
Let's get to it.
Well, it's got to be in. You've told them a plan. It's up to you. It says, no, I'm out. You got to let him walk. Really? You got to let him walk away.
The stolen item has great value, sir, particularly to the rebels. Tracing its theft might expose activity in my sector.
People also take things for money.
I mean, honestly, see the designers.
Is it worth creating
See the
this
architects and the
pursuit
interior
of what
designers
seems
for
like a
the
straight-up
Empire.
case of a robbery gone awry?
Spot
Sir,
on.
it is my feeling that this is part of an ongoing effort to steal proprietary Imperial equipment in anticipation of an organized rebellion. I have 3 previous case files on my desk that begin to suggest a pattern.
Your feeling?
I'm seeing signs of coordinated activity over a number of sectors.
What activity?
Similar items of interest, repeated methods.
Know how to use this?
Yeah.
That's the Rono freighter specs and the console layout. You get done with that? That's a detailed map of the garrison. That's an Aldhani phrase book.
You'll eat, you'll let Cinta check the bandage, and you'll have learned all that by morning. I'll take the first watch.
So was episode 4 Aldhani, right? Aldhani named after the place. Aldhani looks very like Scotland, looks very like home. Beautiful greenhouse, love it. Anyway, so we found out that it's a payroll robbery, right? They're going to steal the Empire payroll money because, let's not forget, stormtroopers, construction workers, pilots, they're employees, right? They're not doing a shit for fun. They're doing it because they get paid. They're workers, right? Which makes it a bit harder when you see somebody get shot, right? We see Andor gets dropped in his team. The team are not happy because he's a stranger, and rightly so, right? They, 6 of them, are going up against a garrison, an Imperial garrison, and then this guy turns up 3 days beforehand. Nobody knows him, right? So you can't really blame him. Rail, I wonder if he was doing, to be fair, shows you like his job is a buyer, rebel recruiter. He's at their job with the wig and the flowing dress and the fancy ways. He's an art dealer. He's got a gallery, right? He's an antique specialist. Yeah, and the other takeaway I got from that was how well organized the Empire is, the bureaucracy, right? The everything, every single person has got a place, everything's got a place. All the channels you gotta go through to get anything done. And we'll get like they see the rebels living in the hells at this point in their lives. Not the leadership though. The leadership are doing okay, right? The leadership are doing fine. They're just all in this together, but we'll stay in our mansions and you stay there. But we're with you in spirit, right? But you see the Empire bureaucracy, big, huge scale, which you need, some not big, and you get the rebels, a ragtag DIY, like just tape it up, do it yourself, get fixed way of doing things, right? And how hard it would be. Well, the bureaucracy of the Empire makes it difficult, and it makes it easy to beat him, right? It's difficult because of pure size, but it's easier because everything moves slower, right? World War One, the Germans fighting the French and the Russians, right? The French are at the bottom, the Russians are at the top. Germany's here. The German plan was to go and smash the French, beat the French, and then turn around and meet the Russians before the Russians got to Germany. And they thought they could do this because of the size of the Russian army, right? The huge size of the Russian army takes a lot of work, right? Right. A lot of movement, a lot of logistics, putting things together, right? So Germany thought they could do it because of the slowness of it. Same kind of idea here, right? Until Vader comes along, of course, and then things speed up. But that was episode 4. That was Aldhani. Hope you enjoyed it. Push subscribe, like, comment if you want. And I'll see you in the next one.